Good Thursday morning, everybody. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Zack Webster with your next update on the river flooding situation around the western slope. We'll jump right in and show you some of the flood alerts that are still in effect, many of these until further notice around the western slope. You can see all the way from the Yampa River out across the northern portions of the region, the Colorado River, the Gunnison River, and down into the Dolores and San Miguel rivers, all under flood advisories again until further notice. There's a look at some of those ones right around the Grand Valley. The first one for the Colorado River, right along Interstate 70, right along Highway 6 and 50, right to the west of Grand Junction, a flood advisory in effect until further notice. We're also watching the Gunnison River down Highway 50 into Delta, as well as Plateau Creek out along Highway 65. Flood advisories in effect until further notice. Much of the same farther off toward the south in the east. That's the Dolores River running right down Highway 141. That includes the city of Gateway, and then down into the San Miguel River as well, just to the east of Dove Creek, also under a flood advisory until further notice. And very quickly back up toward the north, the lighter green, a flood advisory for the Yampa River. That includes places like Dinosaur National Monument out across Highway 40. That includes places like Craig and over toward Hayden. Then just off to the north of it, more of that limeish looking color, flood warnings in effect. The left one is for Elkhead Creek. The right one over closer to Steamboat Springs, a flood warning in effect for the Elk River, and we'll continue to see many of these stay in effect as these flooding conditions continue to linger around throughout much of the weekend and into early next week. We have updated river graphs for you. We'll start out with the Colorado River near the state line. As of 7:45 this morning, its observed stage was almost at 13 feet. And look at what to expect. Again, a lot of this information the same, but I feel like it's a good thing to kind of help reiterate as these water levels continue to rise. Once this part of the river reaches 10 feet, you start having water approaching sections of Interstate 70 near Fruita. It starts getting up toward 12 feet, which we're a good foot above that now. Considerable agricultural flooding likely between the Redlands and Fruita. Hopefully we don't reach this point, but if the river was to reach 14 feet, we would see flooding likely over in the Redlands, and it looks like the Colorado River near the state line should crest at about 13 and a half feet early Sunday morning, but it will continue to remain above that 12-foot mark throughout much of the weekend and into even the middle portions of next week. We'll continue to see that river potentially above 12 feet. Then moving over to the Gunnison River near Grand Junction, it is currently at 11.91 feet, forecasted to crest once again Saturday night. Looks like Saturday night, sometime early Sunday morning at around 12.03 feet. Again, we're already above this mark, but when the river reaches 9 feet, lowland flooding near Redlands Dam is likely. We get up to 11 feet. Again, we're above that mark as well right now. Water nears the bottom of the Highway 141 bridge and the base of the bridge near Redlands Dam. And again, just like what we saw with the Colorado River, hopefully we don't reach this point. It doesn't look like we're going to reach this point with the crest being at 12.03 feet, but if it was to reach 13 feet, we would see residential flooding beginning over near Redlands Dam. And then one final one to look at, the Gunnison River at Delta, currently at 9.08 feet. It is projected to crest at 10.12 feet. Again, sometime Saturday night, early Sunday morning. It's already above 8 feet. We've already got minor lowland flooding ongoing on the riverbanks near Delta. If it reaches 10 feet, we're projected to make it to late this week and into the weekend. Water reaches the berms near Four Seasons River in RV Park and Riverwood Mobile Home Park. And if it goes a little bit farther than that, 11 feet portions of Confluence Park near the river floods, and we're actually starting to see some of that happen already, even with the river only sitting at 9.08 feet. This is a video from the Delta, Colorado Police Department where we've already got some flooding ongoing around Confluence Park. That's out at the disc golf course, and you can see some of the flooding ongoing there. They'll zoom in right here on one of the disc golf baskets, and it's just about up to the bottom of that basket. There's a bench that is almost completely underwater. But yeah, this is what we're already seeing over at Confluence Park and Delta. And as that river continues to rise, we'll continue to see some of those flooding situations ongoing over the next several days. This will continue throughout the weekend and into early next week as well. That's why a lot of those flood alerts stay in effect until further notice. That's all I have for you today. We'll have more updates coming up tomorrow.